I've been told that there was no sound on the video I uploaded a minute, few min I deleted it a few minutes ago, but I uploaded it last night. So I'm going to try to do it again. Let me look it up. I was looking at Narita Joy a minute ago. She's fun to watch. She's actually quite ASMR. For those of you like ASMR, Narita Joy, she does facials. She's a professional esthetician, and she does videos for other estheticians. Narita Joy, teaching them how to do, facials properly. So she's nice. I like watching her. She has an Australian accent. But I started a new channel for the artist that I'm trying to market his work. So let's go there. Here, it's this one. Oh, this is the channel. This is what I uploaded last night to the channel. And I guess I had muted the microphone on this. www. Okay. So I'm going to let this run while I make coffee. Let's go to the website. So you go to that web page, and then when you get there, there's a quote that was said to a friend by the artist, and then on the other side, a little warning: some of the art may not be for young viewers or whatever. So you enter the web page. Now I'm trying to finish that categorize page. The categorize page. I'm still working on that one. But here you can have an interactive experience with the art. Once it's finished, you can pull the art in, twirl it around. Like some of them, for example, this one. Let's take this one. It's it's an abstract piece of art, so we actually don't know which is the best way. I'll get rid of that purple line later. Which is the best way to view it sometimes. So is this the best way? Is this the best way? So you can kind of play with the art and resize it and see which is the best rotation for you. Just to get more of an interactive experience with Yanni's art. But this is going to get a lot better. This is just a test page right now. So then we'll go to the actual exhibit, and we have three. We have the slider view, which is nice on the cell phone. You can sort by category, but the sort by category doesn't work on the cell phone. Then there's a restricted exhibit, which since I'm signed in, it will take me right in. But if you have not signed up as a member and you have to show that you're over 18, you can see the restricted exhibit. There's some more adult themes in those artworks. And I still haven't finished uploading everything. So right now we'll go to the sort by category. And of course, I also have a blog, which I've started writing things about my analysis of his artwork. But it's all very new. And then you can see all his art. As you see over here, you can see all his art. But there, it doesn't show any kind of cohesion because I just uploaded the art as there are so many pieces that I just numbered them all in the order that they had arrived, the pictures, and uploaded them. And there's no rhyme or reason to the order, which is why now I've started categorizing them more or less how I feel they should be categorized. So here, these are artworks he did in the 1980s. And the categories are still not completely exhaustive. The all is the only place you'll see all of the artwork, except for the restricted. And then the others, as I go through each picture, I'm starting to put it into each category. So when the website is finished, you'll be able to click on whatever category you're interested in, and you'll see the art. There's, for example, this is a style that he developed called absurd self-projective identification, or maybe it's just self-projective identification, I don't know. But these are very beautiful, and you can see them up close. Go to the quick view. You can click on it, and it will pull up the artwork itself. But to get a close-up view, you'll probably prefer the quick view. There's this. There's also another way, just because see when you click on it, it cuts off the artwork at the bottom. So I'm going to figure out how to do that. But the other thing you can do, you can right-click on the image and go to copy image address. Eventually, I'll put a button in there, and then paste it. And the only thing is, you can do that, and it goes to there. I don't know what's wrong with me. But it's still showing that. And the problem is, see where this part here, it says JPEG. You have to delete everything after JPEG. There. And then you'll see the full image. And the other good thing about going to this view, you see when I hold the mouse over.
Oh, I don't know how to get it back up there.
The image, you'll see a magnifying glass, and there you can click, comes up nice and close, so you can see really close. And then to move around the screen, you use the up and down arrows to see up close what you really want to see. Again, once I update the website, I'm going to make it so that you won't have to do all these steps. You just click on a button and it will go right to this view. But the other option to get see here I'm using the up and down arrows. The other option to get a close-up view is to go back to the main page of the item of the categories, and then let me move this down. Let's see, that was the absurd self-projective identification. You can just hit the quick view. For example, this one, quick view. And I would strongly suggest you use the magnifying view, especially if you're not going to be attending the exhibit, because there are so many things you miss by not pulling up close like this. Here's the quick view, and then see, here's the cursor. When you put the cursor over the image, you can just roll it around and see up close. For example, here you see the eyes, which he used very commonly throughout his career. And in this particular time period, he used a certain type of eye that reminds you of the Greeks have a belief, or I'm not too familiar with what it is, but
Testing.
About the
Testing.
Magi, I think it's called a Magi eye, MAGI, or the
I don't know
evil
how to get
eye,
this
and
to,
there's a certain
to show
jewelry
comments.
that they sell. It's a blue
still
eye
learning. Sorry, guys.
that is supposed to ward
I've done
off
Hangouts
the evil,
before, but
the
it's
evil.
like I'm starting
So
from
in
scratch
this
again. I don't remember
time of his
anything.
career, I see him using a lot of
I'm
those
getting old and
style
senile.
eyes, because he has different types of eyes in his art. But in this particular type of art that he does, he's used the Magi looking eye. I don't know if that was on purpose because of his Greek heritage, or and here you start to see a crossover between his, and that's one thing you'll always find crossover work between his styles. For example, here he's mixing abstract art with the beginnings of his self-projective identification, where he's just writing. Then you'll see as you go on, he starts to use
here we go. Google
voids
Hangouts
and combine them with the.
But I don't see you guys.
This is my own personal take, of course, on the art, but I tend to see a lot of reiterations.
All right, I'll just leave it plain.
And
Sorry.
Voids.
If you want to see the original video, you can go to that YouTube channel.
And the voids are ordinarily surrounded by chaotic, or a lot of space, a lot of filled space, heavily filled space. You don't see a lot of open space except where the voids are. And then these reiterations, whatever kind of reiteration there is, which I have my own belief on what they are, but you'll also notice he uses a lot of, in all of his art and throughout his career, but more so as he got more impassioned, you'll see a lot of yellow and red, black and white. And then it'll be interspersed with green sometimes. And here, these radiations. Another recurring thing, certain shapes that he uses. There's squares, circles, there's ovals, and then you'll see sort of a uterus shape. Triangle, not as much. Here's one triangle here, you see, but and then again, as I start dating the works, I'm thinking he got more uterus shapes. There are many times sexual references in his work. Here, for example, I'll go to the black, white, red, and yellow. Fat strokes, I say that because, you know, this is a different style that he did. He has a few paintings like that with sort of fat strokes. But the one I'll go to now is the black, white, red, and yellow. You know, and of course, sometimes he'll put other colors in there, but there's a strong focus on the black, the white, the red, the yellow. You know, here's a picture frame. Some of these are so beautiful, even if it's not for art, even if it's for, you know, imagine something like this in your home. See, a little spot of green. And it's not the first time I've noticed that, where he'll do heavy black, white, red, yellow, and then there'll be a little drop of green in there. And at first I thought, oh, just an accident, but it's happened more often that so that I realize it can't possibly be an error. For some reason, he's put that little drop of green in some of his other, let's see if I find it in another one. Here, you know, black, white, red, yellow, even though they're very different styles, here you'll also find, I'll click on this one. I should have done the quick view, but at one point he's poking holes. Like once the nails start invading and poking and injuring, then you'll see some works where I'll go to the quick view. Here's the quick view. When you go here, see here, this again, it's more often than once. It's been a few times. So definitely it's something that it wasn't a one-off thing. He was there. These reiterating holes have meaning in his art. You know, you'll see this more in other, there are the nails poking out. And I wonder if I could even see it better from the other view, the JPEG view, which again, I said copy image address. We got to go to a new tab, paste it in there with the Control V, and then find the JPEG part and delete everything afterwards. Otherwise, it's going to come up cut off. So delete the JPEG part. See, and hit it. I don't know why that keeps popping up. And here we have it. See, you can see it better. And then with the arrows, you can move along. You see the nails there. The different types of eyes throughout his life. Like he had this kind at one time. And see, you notice here how the eyes are turning into nail shapes. You know, first he has the protruding eyes. I don't know which came first, which came after. Perhaps these protruding looking eyes started, were the beginning of an era, a period, an artistic period. And then it appears that they started at some point getting longer. You know, here on this, I'm pointing to this one. I'll do the quick view because they started getting sort of more elongated. There's still the protruding eye here on the outside. And then you have the elongated eye in the middle, and it started looking like nails. So then one would think, okay, perhaps there's something there between the eyes in some of his periods of his work and the nails. For example, in the 1980s, if you want to click on that, those are some of his first, you know, earlier paintings. They're nice, but there's not passion in it yet. Maybe that one in the upper left, the P00040. He was painting, he was experimenting. You could see a little bit with cubism. Because if you even look at it, P0040 is similar with in colors, maybe a little less green to the P00097. So I kind of feel they were painted around the same era. That's where you start seeing nails, hardware nails on the paintings. They're sideways on the canvas. As you get later, you see more violent use of nails. First, in the 80s, they were laying flat. The nails began to, instead of lying flat, they're now injuring. Like he painted and then scratched it with nails, or I'm not sure how he got that texture.
Let me see if I can activate comments. I don't even know if anybody's watching.
With nails. This one in particular, when I saw it, from afar, you don't see such a big impact. So you go here now. If you see it, you're like, okay, interesting. And the artist left a note up here saying that the painting is meant to be displayed diagonally. So that's obviously important. And when I discovered what I was seeing, I understood. But I've been looking at these paintings for a month, every day, nonstop, and every time I look, I see something new.
Where's the hangout?
Here, I that idea about the nails came to me when I did the magnifying, and I saw it up close, and I saw this, and that's when it hit me, injury. And the nails were no longer flat; they're poking in. But this one impacted me because then when I saw it up close, I discovered
I can't even find the hangout now.
And then when I went away far, I saw when I pulled it far after having that experience of seeing the blood and the nails close, and I pulled away and I saw this, and I saw that Yanni or something is telling me that this is the center of a woman's sexuality. And then you've got to try to understand what you're feeling. So maybe it said that to me. That's how it reached me. Maybe someone else will see other things. I don't want to spoon feed you what you're supposed to feel, because maybe for everyone it's different. But it hit my psychology. It was I'd seen other interesting things before, and it was building up, building up, building up, and I was making connections with myself and understanding parts of myself.
Okay, it's over, and I don't even know if anyone can hear me. But what I'm going to try to do now is stop the live stream, and now I don't know how to stop it. Maybe I got to go like this. What is that? Okay. I guess I go here. Okay. I think I've got to, hang on a second. Oh, no, you guys are going to see me. I look terrible. Let me just put the camera downward. There. Let's see. No, I can't see the screen. Okay, hang on. I'm just going to go over to the side here. Okay, if I say join, then I'm going to join my own Hangout. Let's see how that works. Oh, and the other call. Oh, stop broadcast. Okay, you guys saw me.